Kubor ka Bakisi TV. Lawan Rashapi da ka Frank Motors. I am Tata Punch. Price starting at 5.80 lakhs. Ringkat bat ka net foodish. Ordar mapi nginwan ra amangi hakir dob yeng jongpi.
Kom Shivanta jong jing rakhi ya ka Amrit Mahotsav hapo ka jing pe jing khmi jong ka Ministry of Culture ka Sarkar India ka Tanrai jong ka Longrenyeng ha ka sngi palei ka Shitarik Unailor Arajar Arpuar kala rakhi Kynmaw Burom ya ki Khlawait nong Ïaleh Laitluid jong ka ne ka Jylla ki ba kan thop yos Tirot Singh u kyang nang ba upa togan sangma bat ya ka phan nong lai ha ka jingalang ka bakerpang ka bala pelong da ka Shillong Law College bat ka Positive Energy Art Foundation ha Sosotham Auditorium ha po ka jingpe jingmi jong Dr. Prakash Kishore la play ya ka ne ka jing rakhi da u Commissioner and Secretary Katnat Arts and Culture uba Frederick Roy Kharkongor uba la long kumu kongsan Harangkat kajing don lang jong Director ka Akam Secretariat Ministry of Culture ka Sarkar India Udipak Israni bat QA. Hagani kasingi la pelong ru ya kajing theory tai shapang usinyang ubunhei jong ki Khlawait Ïaleh Laitluid jong ka ne ka Jylla Meghalaya bakila yo sha usup utiar jong ka Jylla. Shushu hakani kajing rakhe on sa pelong ru ya kajing kop thau poetry ya kop draw bat kajing kop thau essay.
The guest of honor who's come all the way from Delhi, Mr. Deepak Asyani, the director of the Amrit Mahotsav program from the Ministry of Culture, the GB members of the Shillong Law College, all very distinguished people and leading citizens of the state, the members who have come from the Northeastern Hill University, the faculty of the Law College, the students, and most importantly the two organizing partners, the Shillong Law College, the principal, and the Positive Art Energy, Mr. Prakash. I wish to congratulate you for this very wonderful and very vibrant program that you are organizing for the next 3 days in memory of the unsung heroes of our state. We all know that this is the 75th year of India's independence, the Azadi Ki Amrit Mahotsav, and it has been celebrated in a very befitting manner in the past few months. Just a few weeks ago, we had the Har Ghar Tiranga program, which was launched here itself, and in our state, it was participated, very enthusiastically. Almost 7 lakh plus flags were unfurled all across the state, and we had very vibrant participation from the NGOs. I was just glancing through the program that you have, and it is very encouraging to see that it's a mix of both culture as well as ideation. You have a lot of very interesting topics, right from culture to the role of various traditional institutions. Your very theme, Tanrai Jonga Longrenyeng, which talks about the roots of identity, I think is something which is very relevant, not only for 75 years, but for all time to come. Because we need to remember how this freedom was brought about. We all know about the story and about the valiant exploits of the leaders.
I am a member of the City Council who has won 6 times, and now I'm a nominated MDC, nominated by the government. We deeply honor and remember Reverend J.J.M. Nichols Roy. From the border of Meghalaya, Hills, and now Bangladesh, Reverend Nichols Roy was a pioneer of the District Council institution. For your information, he was a member, a very important active member in a committee of 45 persons during the Constituent Assembly of our country, British time. The Constituent Assembly sat from November, December 1946 to December 1950. And the leaders who were there at that time, this is my book in Khasi, I've written 4 or 5 years ago. I'll just read a few names of those leaders who were in the Constituent Assembly debating also on the 6th schedule then. Some of the pioneers, the leaders of that time were Dr. Rajendra Prasad, he became President of India. Honorable Sardar Vallabhbhai Patel, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, Sir Radhakrishnan, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, Dr. Sachidananda Sinha, C. Raja Gopalacharya, and all that. Sarojini Naidu also was there. Jagjivan Ram, Mr. Jagjivan Ram, Feroz Gandhi was there. Sucheta Kripalani was there. Sarat Chandra Bose was there. Mr. Gopinath Bordoloi, he was Premier of Assam, those days, Premier of Assam, now Chief Minister, and Reverend J.J.M. Nichols Roy. I'll confine myself within the 6th schedule. So those members, they also discuss about inclusion of 6th schedule institution, 6th schedule chapter in the Constitution of India. After a lot of debates, forming a small committee of 5-6 where Reverend J.J.M. Nichols Roy was also there, headed by the Mr. Gopinath Bordoloi. He was a very distinguished Assamese leader and a man who was in favor, very much in favor of providing 6th schedule institution for the tribal areas. So that's how we got the 6th schedule in 1952. In 1952, we got the district council for this. When we were at that time under the state of Assam, then district council was formed in Garo Hills, in Khas Hills, later in Chant Hills, which I'm going to read now from the paper that I have prepared. I've already sent a copy of the paper to the organizers. So I'll go through the paper so that it will be faster and straight to the point. It goes like this. There's a brief highlight on the autonomous district councils under the 6th schedule provision of the Constitution of India. Much before creation of Meghalaya in the year 1972, there have been already 3 autonomous district councils under the 6th schedule of the Constitution of India. The Garo Hills Autonomous District Council, covering the districts of Garo Hills, The Khasi Hills Autonomous District Council, covering the district of Khasi Hills and Jainti Hills, the whole of Jainti Hills, while the former two ADCs means Autonomous District Councils, while the former two ADCs were established in the year 1952, that is Garo Hills and Khasi Hills, Jainti Hills was bifurcated in the year 1964 from Khasi Hills Autonomous District Council, formerly known as UK&J Hills. All the ADCs in the northeast are statutory bodies created under the provision of Article 244 (2) of the Constitution of India. The ADCs, Autonomous District Council, have three organs which are of the same pattern with the parliamentary system of government, namely the legislative, executive, and judiciary. Each ADC in the state of Meghalaya has 30 membership, 29 of whom are elected by the people, and one member, like me, is nominated and holds office at the pleasure of the governor. Our term of office is 5 years. The sessions of the ADCs are summoned by the chairman at least 3 times a year, and all business transactions are conducted by the chairman of the council in accordance with the normal parliamentary practice and procedures. All laws, rules, and regulations made by the ADCs shall be published in the official gazette of the state government to have the force of law, according to paragraph 11 of the 6th schedule. The executive body is headed by the chief executive member, CEM, who is elected by the council in session, and the executive committee is formed after such members are appointed by the governor on the advice of the CEM, chief executive member. Paragraph 3 to 10 of the 6th schedule envisage the powers of the ADCs within the autonomous areas to make laws on land, management of forests, except reserve forests, regulation of trade by persons not being local scheduled tribes, appointment of traditional chief and headmen, inheritance of property, marriage, divorce, social custom, establishment and maintenance of primary schools, markets, taxation, issue of lease for extraction of minerals, etc., etc.